Tony.
There's a break in there. Come on, break.
What's your 20, buddy?
Everton, what's yours?
Forward. What's Center City, Philadelphia, Roger?
Roger. What's the old handle?
Dollar 1, Comstock Kid, Roger.
Oh, 10-4 Comstock Kid. This is Tiny out here in Havertown. 10-4.
1004 there, Tony. 1004. Yes, I have the copy up there.
Oh, not too bad. Coming up here about a 10.
Alright guys, on the bench we have a Galaxy DX2547, and for those who don't know, this is essentially a DX959 in a base format. Yeah, like the mobile. Same exact radio inside. So say what you want about these. I know people always are iffy on the looks. You know, it looks very like 1990-ish. But they're actually pretty good radios. And there's a good customer of mine. He actually calls this his most expensive radio, and I found that pretty funny. Not because of it's an expensive radio, but because of the amount of money he spent on it trying to get this thing fixed and working right. And it's not the radio's fault. It's actually some other mods. I use that term loosely, that have been done to the radio. So yeah, he just wanted the clarifier locked. It was an easy thing to do. I was even going to make a video on it. When he had purchased the radio, he had the clarifier mod done. He wants it returned back. Pretty typical. A lot of people that get their radios done want the radios back to its original state, and that includes returning the clarifier back to its original. So yeah, this one here was the same thing. This one was, you can do this radio two different ways. You clip jumper 195 and 196, and then you jump 8 volts power. Pretty easy to do and pretty easy to reverse. So yeah, but one of the first things I do when I get a radio is I just make sure that the radio receives and transmits. And that way I kind of, it's just my way of checking to make sure that before I touch the radio, everything is in working order. Just for my own peace of mind, in case something does go wrong, for whatever reason, I know that, it was, whatever I did, it was my doing, so that way I could undo it. But yeah, I just give the radios a once over, make sure they receive, make sure they transmit, and, do the work. But this one here, when I went to go transmit, I noticed the meter on the modulation was just slamming up against the stops. So let me talk into this here. Test, 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 test. Audio, 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 audio. And you can see the meter is just slamming up against the stops. This particular meter doesn't have, it has a wall on each side, obviously, but it actually has some stops on the actual needle itself, so it's just slamming up against that. So, my first thought was that the alignment was a little off, and that whoever adjusted the modulation side of the meter, it was off a little bit. So when I went to go adjust it, or see what was going on, I noticed this. So Q57 is clipped and a couple of the resistors below it. Sorry for the shadow. Yeah, so pretty typical. But let me show you when he bought the radio. This is why I think a lot of these performance upgrades that you order these radios with are just snake oils. So this is what came with the box. I have this covered so that way the people can remain anonymous. I don't call out anybody for their work that they do. It's not this type of channel. I know there's a few CB Tech channels out there that every other video they're calling out each other on, bad work, and I turn those channels off when I see it. It's a shame, but anyway. I bought this Galaxy DX2547 base CB radio, brand new. I had the person selling it do the work on it since he had a CB shop and he had good reviews. This is what he done. So performance upgrades, performance tuning, optimizes power and modulation. Well, now we know why. Performance upgrade, receive enhancement, improves receive quality. I don't know what that's supposed to be or what you're supposed to do, but performance upgrades, Echo soundboard, fully adjustable processor is installed to enhance your voice. And then lastly, SSB optimization, frequency alignment, align frequencies and open clarifier. I'm assuming that they mean after they open up the clarifier, you have to align the frequencies. I mean, I wouldn't consider that a performance upgrade. That's just what's done. But yeah, now we know what the modulation performance tune is. It's completely getting rid of the circuit altogether. So, one thing, I'm not against modding radios. I'm really not. You know, it's one thing to swap out components for something that might work better. I'm not an engineer. I don't design circuits, so I couldn't even begin to tell you what to swap this out with. But in some cases, there's some pretty good documentation on some mods that can be done, whether it's changing out a capacitor to a different value or using a specific type of transistor versus another one, or, you know, use this type of diode versus that diode, you know, and you can get performance upgrades in it. Many times it works. This isn't one of the times where it's going to work. So, yeah, his most expensive radio is because it just never worked right. It never sounded right. And I don't know how this had been to a few different shops and nobody had picked up on that. I'm nobody special. I'm not the spectacular, God tech. I just, look and I make sure that whatever's supposed to be in there is in there. The way I look at things is, if Ranger didn't put that circuit in there, or I should say it another way, why would Ranger waste their time and money putting in unnecessary components to make a radio work? You figure if that wasn't necessary, that they wouldn't put that in there. You know, it would be a waste of time and money just adding that circuit in there. So it's something that you guys have to kind of look at. You know, if it's in there, chances are it's because it needs to be in there. That's just, of course, my opinion. It's my take on it. Not to say that you can't mod it in a certain way, but, completely eliminating that is, the AMC circuit. It's not the way to go. Because that also connects to VR16, which controls the meter. So that's why the meter keeps slamming up against the stop. So this is what I mean. Take a look at this waveform on how ugly this looks. Yeah, pretty typical. So let's fix that. So I'm gonna get this clarifier back to its original state. And I'm going to connect the two resistors that they clipped as well, and I'm going to get a new transistor in that spot. And yeah, we can actually, let's try to, let me see if I can get this on the monitor radio. We can hear how bad this radio sounds. Check, 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 check one, check two, check one, check two. It is loud, but it just sounds like crap. Check one, check two, check one, check two, check, 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 check. Audio, audio, audio. You know, loud. It is loud. But it just sounds like crap, so. Alright. Let me get this done. So, yeah, those are 8.2K each. And then you can see I have the transistor back in circuit. And also I had a bad trimmer. So that's in there as well. This radio's been a headache, to be honest, because even after putting that back into circuit, I still have a horrible waveform. So let me show you guys. Let me swap hands here. So now I actually have control over the meter, but the modulation is still, I can't get it to look any better than that. I'm not sure what's wrong with the radio, but with the waveform like that, of course it's going to sound horrible on the receiving end of that. So I got to do a little bit more digging here. I've tried playing around with the resistor values, but that really did nothing. In fact, it kind of made it worse. But I don't know. I got to try to. I have a 959 mobile that I can try to see if try to compare and see what's going on here. Maybe there's something else I'm missing. I can kind of go back and forth and look and see if somebody took something else out or whatever. I can't find anything, but I'm going to try going down that road. Stand by. Alright, so the only thing I can find that looks like it's been added on is that diode right there. I tried looking up mods for these radios and I couldn't find anything that anything that's documented anyway that is supposed to do. So I know it doesn't belong on the radio, so I'm gonna go take it off and I don't know, see what that is. I don't actually know what that is tied into on the top side, but let me try. I'm gonna try taking that off and seeing what the hell's going on with that. All right, so I figured out where that diode went. Let's look over here at the schematic. Let me zoom you in. Okay, so where's my pointer? There it is. We had a diode going between 266 to the positive side of that electrolytic, the C238. I tried looking up, let me zoom back out here. I tried looking up what that mod was. I couldn't find it anywhere, but it must be some sort of modulation mod or swing mod or something. But anyway, look at this waveform. Try to keep everything in the view here, the camera. Controls are scratchy. But yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like. So, all right, I'm gonna go get this thing aligned. I gotta get the meter aligned, everything aligned now. I'm gonna go right through it. And now that it's been completely unmodded, we have a better sounding radio than with the modulation mods. So it is what it is. I'm just glad he sent it to me, and you can get a you can finally get a nice sounding radio. So all right, let me get this aligned back together, and we'll see how this thing sounds on air, and I don't know, maybe get a radio check if we're lucky. Skip has been a little bit wonky these past couple of days, but we'll see. Alright guys, well, I couldn't get a radio check. There's not much going on out there, but we can hear how it sounds on the monitor radio. So here we go. I'm going to key up. 1 2 1 2 testing. 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 audio. Testing out the audio on this DX2547 audio. Nice and clean, just the way it should be. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I got. Thanks for watching.